Фух. Продолжаем. Так, не вспомнить, на чем я вчера закончил. Мы с Феликсом прилетели на ссылку, что-то там надо... Что-то ему помочь надо с его товарищем. Так, ага, 5 нахрен перевес. Так. Зачем это тут электродубинка? Нахер не нужно. Один только молотков на херу гору. Килограмм. Так, вот по весу что у нас? 36, 35. Так, а как это вчера все продалось у меня? 100 с чем-то было. Ну конечно, у меня же хлама, ёпта, херова гора. Ну вот. Уже по уши. Невраждебные роботы. Я что-то вчера подумал, что это хотят меня прикончить, если я вниз спущусь. Чуть было не начал шмалять по ним. Да, они невраждебные. Ну ладно, пошли. Чё там? Чё надо?
Hey, you. Looking for something? Where do you think you're going?
Чё нельзя? Ну-ка, с окошка иди оттуда. Нече. Хорош. Иди.
Yeah. The
Иди.
captain said we might be getting a new recruit. That you then?
Sounds like Clyde's jumping to conclusions, but yeah. Felix.
You're on a first-name basis with Captain Harlow, huh? All right, go on through. Got my sights on you.
Ну ладно, следи за нами. Блять. Ой-ой, ой-ой-ой. По-моему, я застрял. Ух. Отстрел. Не бухти, чуя. Не бухти, сказал. Ты чё за пипелац? Тик, 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 тик. Что отправил? Господи, ну вот это вот добра вот прям вообще над навалом. Все равно все соберем. Угу, а тут все-таки бандиты есть. Че скажешь? Они еще и спят. Да-да. Спи, моя радость, усни. А вроде же никто не видит, да? Ну-ка, что у тебя в карманцах? Что-то как будто кто-то что сказал. А, вот он там. Человек там ходит. Чуть он меня не спалил, да? Сплошные бандюганы. Короче, тут пиратики, да? А где Феликс? Ну-ка. Блять, ты чего меня так пугаешь?
What's on your mind? Yeah, sure thing. Ask away.
В курсе, что он какой-то бандюган?
I've been thinking about that. Scylla's about as far away from civilization as I can imagine. Cold, barren rocks and the occasional mining operation. Clyde wasn't exactly a prospector. I guess we'll find out when we get there.
Ну ладно. Он тут собрал шайку бандитов он возле себя. А это не к добру.
No freighters, no jobs, no contracts in weeks. Standing around kicking rocks.
The board comes after us. We'll be ready.
Так, опа, а если тут спрятаться? Ну-ка. Никто же вроде не видит. Блять. Залез-то залез. Короче, вылезти надо. Ух, давай. Штек. О, у нас тут крошка. Что это за коридор? Это если бы я сюда пошел, понятно. Это он тут робота на колени поставил. Так, а если я его... блять. Нет, а могу я его обокрасть? Нет? Собака меня спалит. О, собака ничего не видит, ништяк. Так, так. На, теперь можно и поговорить.
Well, hey there, hullhead. Clawed your way out of the groundbreaker at long last?
Uh-huh. Oh, sorry, were you expecting me to say something? Maybe a long time no see or a you've aged, old man? I thought you were dead. Or throwing yourself against the walls of some re-education center. It's been 5 years, Clyde. The best thing you can say is, hey there, hullhead?
No, Felix. The best thing I can say to you is yet to come. Also, I'd like to have a word with your captain. So, you took Felix under your wing. Kept him busy. Good. Kid always needed a place to belong. Felix will always have a place in this crew. He's family to us now.
You're that, Clyde? I've been making something out of myself.
So long as you haven't been making a fool of yourself. I'm sure Felix has no end of stories to tell of your exploits together. I look forward to catching up with the boy.
Да нет, я с ним так-то не ходил. Просто... Ты чё? Чё подорвался? Ты вот.
I imagine he has. I was a mentor to the boy during his formative years. You might say I have an elder brotherly interest in his development.
Oh, it would have been nice to know that sometime in the last, hang on, doing some math. Half a decade?
I'm working on something. Something big. Something the likes of which Halcyon has never seen. And I want Felix to be a part of my initiative. I'm fulfilling a promise I made to the boy, that one day he and I would change the colony together. That day has finally arrived.
Easy
Опять
there,
к
Clyde.
полете.
No one said nothing about throwing in with you. In case you didn't notice, I'm pretty happy where I am.
I'm not asking you to walk away from your captain, Felix, but neither should you allow yourself to be controlled by fear. Change is not to be feared. I brought you here because I want to know where Felix's loyalties lie. When the day of our revolution comes, I want to know that I can rely on him.
Обломись, ну.
Everyone in my crew proves their loyalty. No exceptions. Not even Felix. I want you to deal with a traitor for me. Name's Trask. Kill him, and bring me proof of his death. His ring should do nicely. We're not a band of common pirates, Captain. We are revolutionaries. I expect a certain degree of intestinal fortitude from my soldiers. Trask was a coward. Ratted us out to the board. He's been an informant. Has been for years. When he realized I was onto him, he and his little cadre mutinied. Killed 5 of my own and tucked tail. I don't know where he's hiding, but his wife might. Rosanna. Lives on the Groundbreaker last I checked. Rosanna knows my crew by name and face, but you're a stranger to her. She'll talk to you.
You think so? Maybe we should have a word with Trask. Get his side of the story first.
You'd be wasting your breath bandying words with that traitor. But if it makes you feel better, by all means. Remember, I want proof. Bring me his ring. I don't care if the hand's still attached. Here, my token. Think of this as my personal signature. Anyone who knows me by my works will know me by this token. Well enough. It's been a few years, but I still remember a thing or two. You had a chip on your shoulder.
Ну, кажется,
You'd
это можно
argue
просто
over
выписать.
anything and you'd never back down.
What do you mean, had? And for the record, you never could admit when you lost an argument.
You see what I had to deal with? Let's hear it. A revolution is the work of a lifetime, Captain. I've spent my life preparing for the day of Halcyon's reckoning. Everything you see around you is the result of that preparation. A base of operations, loyal soldiers, freedom from the board's oversight. Not all revolutions involve bloodshed and fire, Captain. The purest act of rebellion is to live according to one's own means, independent of any masters. One day, when the board is weak and Halcyon vulnerable, we may claim a piece of this system for ourselves. Until then, we buy our time. Hardly. The board is rotting from the inside. Tomorrow, next year, a generation from now, eventually, the board will fall to pieces. Entropy is the natural state of the universe, Captain. All systems inevitably dissolve. When that day comes to Halcyon, we will be ready.
That was simultaneously the least scientific and most pompous statement I've heard in ages. Well done, Mr. Harlow.
A vicar? I admit, I never imagined a man of the cloth living the adventurer's life. You do keep some interesting company. Was there anything else?
Да, у меня такие чувачки, да.
The skies around Scylla are curiously absent of patrol ships. It's almost as if the board's sphere of influence is shrinking. Besides, our facility is well armed and located on defensible terrain. If the board tries to lay siege to us, we'll make them pay. Something on your mind?
Так, ну чё, все? Что значит,
Clyde's got a
он
crew of his own,
проходит?
huh? Good for him. Did you want to ask me something? I know. Clyde comes off rougher than Mantisaur hide. He's a good guy, though. Just gotta get to know him. You think he's using me? He wouldn't. Would he? But he's probably using me. Yeah, you're right. I guess he thinks I'm still just some wide-eyed tenderfoot looking for a scrap. Maybe we should go have a word with Trask. Get to the bottom of all this. Yeah,
Но
boss?
то, что с тем чуваком поговорить надо будет, это точно. Потому что все это неспроста. Так, я здесь не выйду. Так. Тут за мной наблюдают. Здесь выхода нет. Здесь я тоже тупичок. Ну так, в окружной прогуляться, может что интересно найти. Красивее. Но, в общем, тут ничего нет. Значит, можно спокойно на первый проходец лететь. Ты чё там улегся так странно? Картошкин.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
Так, ну эти вещи там обсуждать эту хрень. Так, чё по деньжищам? В целом улучшать-то нечего. Недавно вроде этим занимался. Так.
We've arrived at the groundbreaker.
Так, а мне нападать что надо? Угу. Да, бля. Нос чешется, как будто пить буду. Так, Византия это где вообще? Угу. Это типа у меня пока чего-то нет, это что-то потом, походу, да, откроется. Ладно. А, точно, я же могу посмотреть. Ну-ка. Я даже не показывает, куда это. Так, а что? Феликса это точно надо с собой взять. Викарию уже ничего не надо. Робот мне не подходит. Давай Нёк возьмем. Так. Давай, грузись, ёшкин. Ну ладно, разберемся по пути.
You mind? Trying to have a moment here. Yeah, I was called that once upon a day. You need something? Rufus and I are no longer on speaking terms. I don't know where he is. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. You're telling me you're on a first-name basis with Ms. Tennyson?
Конечно.
All right. I'm gonna take your word for it.
Я не
Rufus
говорил
is hiding
все.
out in Emerald Vale. Got a few friends with him. That's as much as I know. Please, just make it quick. That's right. Our marriage contract expired some months ago. And seeing how he's technically an outlaw, I wouldn't renew even if I wanted to.
Угу.
Precious little. He and Rufus worked together on the Groundbreaker some years back before he vanished. A few years later, Rufus gets a message from an old friend. Something about starting a revolution, something about getting rich. Abandoned his work and ran off that very day.
Ну, кстати, да.
So Clyde sent Trask the same message he sent me. What's the problem?
Word of advice, kid? Anybody carrying on about a revolution just wants to sell you something. I don't know Harlow. Never so much as bandied a word with the fellow. You're better off having this discussion with Rufus. Only that Rufus is in a bad way. He came to see me a little ways back. Said he had to go into hiding. Never asked why. He was here to collect his personals, complain about Harlow to me, and say goodbye. In that order. No, and he was particular about that. Said I was better off not getting entangled in his mess. Little late for that, says I.
Ну ладно, в общем, ничего он толком не сказал, только
Appreciate it. No offense meant. Just been a long day.
сказал, что он прячется там на планете.
That gas is going to make us a fucking mint. 120-some cubic meters of it, at 1,000,000 bits a pop. Take this. You've earned it. When we get buyers lined up, I'm gonna buy a gold toilet to shit in.
Я тоже хочу. Действительно, не только его любите.
You know what? Fuck it. Enjoy yourself. I invest in the happiness of my workers, and you deserve a bigger cut. Monarch isn't exactly a walk down the lanes of Byzantium. But here you are with all your limbs attached. Call me impressed, contractor. No one you saw, anyway. Glad to see you're looking out for yourself. You've been keeping busy. I hear you took on some extra work at Fallbrook. Catherine says the factory needs some repairs before it's back to working order. But at least it's under our control. Hey, when you were at the slaughterhouse, those swine didn't give you any strange looks, did they?
А должны были?
I knew it. I'm probably getting worked up over nothing. Just try not to think about pigs. You never know, you know? I've got a lot on my mind, but it's nothing that concerns you. At least, not yet. I have another job lined up, assuming you're still interested in work.
Ну,
They're
выкладывай,
gonna
что это.
salvage me a space station. Heliospheric Research Station 1084, to be exact. I want it. Cobwebs and all. Interested?
We're gonna take over a whole space station? This is gonna be great. Oh, do we get to stick a flag in the ground?
This
No.
opportunity won't come around again, Captain. Not this time. The board tolerates our business up to a point, and selling off a station full of their old gear and terminals crosses that point. But if we were to move in and commandeer the station as a sublight salvage remote office, that's a different matter. Legally gray by comparison. More of a squatter
Ну
situation.
да. Там налет захватом.
Right now, it's only salvage on paper. Systems and comms have gone dark. Poke around if you're curious why. While the board lets 1084 gather dust, you're gonna swoop in and plant Sublight's flag. Perfectly legit, perfectly legal. Here, this override bypass should get you into the station's systems where you can plant my flag. And one last thing. When you get there, make sure you aren't followed. We wouldn't want that. Both. Neither. Right now, it's safer if I keep you in the dark. I'm on the heels of something
Тимони
big.
Штетенко.
Play your cards right and I'll clue you in. But right now, I'm not sure who I can trust. Just be careful. Someone might try and use you to get to me.
Так, ладно. Здесь я, получается, все закончил, да? А у тебя-то нет ничего, да? Сейчас мы тебе броню выдадим. Все что угодно. Так. Так. Ну и пускай так остается. В целом вроде тоже косарик вон ром. Вот так. Хорошечно.
A reminder to all crew members. There is only one toilet on the ship.
А, они там, походу, сгадили где-то не туда. Так, ну-ка. Погнали.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Так, ну все так же. А, ну все, продолжить. Так, ну-ка. Кудыть нам надобно. Ух ты ж, фига он забрался. Ладно, не буду в город заходить. Тут опять загрузки. Да и ничем мне здесь вообще делать. Я тут все задания выполнил. Все, что можно, зачистил. Хотя могли, кстати, эти возродиться. Чуваки всякие. Не могли, а стопудово прям возродились. Я прям почему-то уверен в этом.
I'd have just broken it.
Тут где? Я кого-то слышу. Внизу первобытных, а что-то я не открывал явно. А ну-ка. Наверное, там спускаться где-то здесь, наверное, можно. О, блять, он не пёзнулся сильно. Ну да, можно побежать маленько и тут спуститься. Эй.
That's how it's done, Captain.
Нормуль.
Covering you.
That was fun.
Все сыпались такие в кучки. Это уже что-то интересное. Что это такое? Фиг пойми что. Я полагаю, это пулемет какой-то, наверное. Так, правда, какой он хреновенький. Во-вторых, что-то очень хреновенький. По сравнению с теми ружбаками, что у меня имеется в наличии. Слушай, сюда не спускался. Или может хотел, но эти чуваки меня вот это отмудохали. Да сейчас я тут могу всем наваливать кому угодно. А когда я здесь первый раз был, тут меня могли напихать по самой помидоры. Дальмен. Что-то это моя ружбайка гипнотическая. Что она... Я после того, как, получается, прокачал научное оружие, но, походу, убивает быстрее цель, чем успевает кого-нибудь убить. Мозги не успевают так запудриться. Ну, сразу ссыпается после всего. Вот так вот своих.
To shreds, you say?
Слушай, они с викарием были бы неплохой парень. Там Макс пафосно с разворота, с дробаша всех выносит, и это тоже. Ну да, я здесь был, че. Так, подождите-ка. А как мне туда попасть? Я, походу, нашел проходик. А вот здесь я, по-моему, точно не был. Ну да. Этих мест я не припомню. Господи, не припоминаю. Ну что, бандиты сплошные. Странно, что не считается за кражу, хотя они же как будто бандюганы же. Ну, рассказывай, мужик.
I don't know who you are or why you're prowling around here, but I'm willing to make a guess. You're one of Harlow's gun hands, ain't you? He sent you after me. Right. You just stumbled into a camp full of armed strangers because you wanted directions.
Ну, вообще-то да.
How much is Harlow paying you? Let's assume I believe you. Tell me what you want. How do I know that I can trust you? Yeah, guess that's a fair point. Listen, I don't know what lies Harlow's dripped down your ear, but you'd be a fool to trust him.
Ну, так расскажи
I
свою
never
историю.
betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us. The board's got him in their pocket, been paying him off for years. All that palaver about revolutions, it's a lie.
You can't be serious. I've known the guy for years.
Yeah, that's about how I reacted when I found out. That's the whole truth. Harlow's just another board asset. A two-bit mercenary wearing a dissident's clothes. Say your piece. Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I chanced upon some correspondence between Harlow and his employer. I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of the board? There's no authority in Halcyon willing to take Harlow to task. Huh. You ain't like other board agents I heard about. You got a functioning spine. You want to confront Harlow yourself? Be my guest. I hid my papers before Harlow chased me out. Back in the middle of the base, there's an old vent in a utility corridor. I stashed my evidence in that vent. Board-sanctioned piracy. Harlow went after the ships the board wanted destroyed, capturing anybody the board wanted captured. If we captured you, we'd ransom you. Harlow liked to do the job himself. Gather up the captives on his own ship, vanish for a couple of days. Only that's not what happened. Harlow's been selling his captives off to the board. I don't know where they ended up. Re-education, Tartarus, maybe worse. Because he's for sale. Anything the board can buy, the board will buy. And that includes loyalty. Harlow was a charismatic bastard, and he was ruthless. With Harlow in their pocket, the board had an informant, a pirate, a smuggler, and a gang leader all rolled up into one odious excuse for a human being. Sounds like a deal to me. Take it you've made up your mind. You gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? May as well. I'm never going back to that life again. Here, take the ring. And for what it's worth, my gratitude.
Блин. И не обворовать ведь. Все смотрят.
What was that? I'm jumping at shadows here.
Да-да-да, это просто тень. Да, у него в карманцах, походу, больше ничего и нету так-то. Так, ну-ка, Феликс, а ты, значит, ты что скажешь на вот это
Clyde
вот?
Harlow, agent of the board. Yeah, that sounds even more insane out loud than it did in my head. I'm not sure what to think right now. You told me to be suspicious, but I never imagined Clyde would stoop to informing for the establishment. Then again, Trask knew he was a dead man. Could have been trying to shift the blame. I can't imagine Clyde working for the board. But we owe it to ourselves to find out. Trask said he stashed the evidence in a vent back at the base. We should go take a look.
Блин, вот кто-то меня наебывает. Или этот мужик, или тот. А если этот мужик меня наебывает? Так. Блять. Ой. Больно. А? Чё?
Covering you! Here I come! Weak!
Damn, but we're good. That's the last of them.
Ребята и без мяса тут справляются на ура.
So, Mioka, what's the ugliest thing you ever killed?
Oh, I still have nightmares about this one. Fiercest, most foul creature I've ever faced. Just shy of 7 feet tall, breath like a sulfur pool. A little slow, strong as a mountain. If I recall, his name was George, Gregory, I don't know. Some G name. He and a band of pirates tried to ambush me and mine on the trail once.
Я думал, ты ее бывший.
Wait, you're talking about a person?
Yeah, poor guy. I think my bullets did his face a favor.
Ну все же человеки не о бывшем, но о мужичке. Эх, опять на сцену. Шпыняет туда-сюда с планеты на планету. Так, ну-ка. Коридор. Я, кстати, так и думал, что с этим коридором что-то здесь не так. Блин. Не, просто бумажки. Слышь, мужик, ты меня походу доебал.
What's the word? Not surprised. Trask was a dead man trying to negotiate with his own executioner. He'd say anything to preserve his life. That's a damning accusation. Am I right to presume you have some evidence on hand? Those papers don't prove a thing. We've all done business with the board. They own the whole damn colony. Trask put you up to this. That miserable wretch. He's trying to undermine everything I stand for.
Слушай, ну да.
You've got a lot of nerve calling me a liar to my face. How should I know? What the hell do I care? Trask was a traitor. I didn't ask you to understand his motives. I asked you to cross him off.
Clyde, look me in the eye and tell me it's not true. Tell me, and I'll believe you.
Don't talk to me like I'm some common criminal, Felix. You're the one on trial, not me. I don't know what kind of poison that snake dripped in your ear, but as far as I'm concerned, you've been compromised.
Столкнулся. Крутяк, пацан-то это уменьшает все-таки. Офига себе, мне что, одной обоймы хватило? Так, а на улицу выйду, что там все роботы на меня нападут?
Here they come!
Где-то. Блин.
Covering you! The last of them.
Чуете, сейчас по жопе натрескаю. Чего смотришь? Провинился? Кто кричит на окошке?
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
Так, вообще с Феликсом, блять, вот тут что-то вид.
Next round's on you.
The captain's coming. Put your gun away. Act casual.
Oh, yes. This'll about do. That's a mighty clean weapon. Yep. Ain't no call for a closer inspection by anybody. Hey, Cap. Parvati showed me how to properly grease the magazine release on one of my firearms. She's a smart one, you know. Opal was quiet in the same way. She'd hang back, out of sight, then all of a sudden pop in with a bit of wisdom out of nowhere. Shit. Look at me dredging up bygone days. Forget I said anything. I will.
What did I tell you? Harlow's down with the man shtick was just an act. No one who yammers that much means half of it. Obviously not. And better for Felix to know that now rather than become the next Trask. Don't get all mushy on me now. Come on, what did we just learn? People look out for their own interests. It's a fundamental law of nature, same as gravity and conservation of motion.
Ну, тоже верно.
See, this is what I like about you. You may not be from here, but you fit right in. You're not helping the scientists because you think that crackpot will save the colony. And here I thought I'd seen it all. This galaxy must be bigger than I'd thought. Enough about Harlow, though. Anything else?
I could probably spend years fixing this boat, stem to stern.
Хуя себе 4, не. Столько не готов потратить. Тут вообще 14. Жутко. Ну, хоть на что-то сгодится. Что за хрень? Ну, выкладывай. Что ты понял?
This is definitely not how I imagined it'd end. The void's black, water's wet, and Clyde hated the board. That's something I just knew. Now? I don't know. I don't know what to think. No. I guess you really don't. I've just got a lot on my mind right now. This is a lot to take in. I always looked up to Clyde. The thought that he could be an agent of the board is just abhorrent to me. It's pretty harsh, boss. You including yourself in that lesson?
Ну да.
Yeah, I guess I don't know what you're about. But I know you treated me fair. You've given me a lot to think about. I'm gonna be mulling over this whole mess for a couple of days. Part of me wishes we'd put Trask in the ground. You know, I think that's just my frustration talking. Thanks for your time, boss.
Да, вот это я так не знал. Так, что теперь? Ну, это фиг пойми куда.
We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
Так, ну вообще без разницы. Так, а так вообще Феликса выполнено. Но этих нет, да?
I'd clap you on the shoulder if I weren't behind a wall of bulletproof glass. I don't know how you did it, but Hiram Blythe just sent me everything I needed. According to Hiram's message, Minister Clark has ordered a suspicious amount of dimethyl sulfoxide. It's almost as if he's hoarding the colony's remaining supply. Typical elitist, hoarding supplies during a time of scarcity. Once I have those chemicals, we can revive the Hope's colonists and put some decent people in charge. So, good news. You're going to Byzantium and stealing those chemicals. Exciting.
А, вот Византия, кстати.
Aloysius Clark, Minister of Earth. Virtually every colony requires the presence of a Minister of Earth. Clark is complicit in every one of the board's crimes. Whenever the board issues some new decree, you'll find Clark's signature on the dotted line. If I had time and several blackboards, I could explain the details to you, but to put it briefly, dimethyl sulfoxide is the reason you're alive today. The chemical is absolutely essential to reviving the Hope's colonists. I need you to steal as much as you possibly can. The more, the better. If you don't bring me enough chemicals, I might not be able to save the Hope's colonists, and then nothing will stop the board from destroying this colony. Oh, I understand it must seem impossible to you. Infiltrate Byzantium, the crown jewel of the colony, steal a batch of rare chemicals from a heavily guarded estate. In order to do the impossible, you must first divide it into a series of smaller, less impossible tasks. Ah, yes, the details. I'm not about to ask you to rampage through Byzantium trading bullets with the board's agents. We'll have to resort to subterfuge. Carmen Imagawa. She's my contact in Byzantium. Meet her at the docks. She'll have all the necessary intelligence you require. I'm giving you my old nav key to Byzantium. You'll need it to land in the Golden City. Remember, you're looking for dimethyl sulfoxide. Big green bubbling vessel with a warning label. I'll take as much as you can find. Something about being discontinued due to severe adverse reactions. It's fine. You'll be stealing the chemicals, not ingesting them.
Чем можно было бы в себе унести?
You can trust her if that's what you're asking. Imagawa is the finest special agent in Byzantium that money can buy. My money, anyway. Of course, of course. What's on your mind?
Ничего нового не появилось.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing a drink upstairs.
Опять?
So then I says, fine, I'll pay you back for all of it, with interest.
Nice one. You must have had them quaking in their heels.
I mean, I wasn't really gonna do it. I just wanted to make him feel bad.
Pay you back with interest. I gotta remember that one.
Would have felt better if it had worked.
So, we're just gonna march straight into Byzantium and acquire some rare chemicals right under the board's nose? I sure hope you negotiate for a raise with this Phineas guy. Uh-huh. Sure. Everybody's got an angle. I'm just wondering what yours is. That's one way of looking at it. Another is that he pulled you out of hibernation without your say-so and got you to do his dirty work. Besides, none of this is your mess, so why go dirtying your hands with it? Now that's some smart thinking. But Phineas isn't the only game in town, you know. The board's put a bounty on his head, and they've got more than enough bits to pay it. I've got no love for the corporations, but they know how to take care of their people. The ones at the top, anyway. Everyone is. The board just pays the best. I know you want to save the day, but don't forget to look after yourself. No one else out here's going to. Hey, don't get any ideas. I'm just making sure you last long enough to pay me at the end of this. Anything else?
Good to see you, boss.
I understand we have decided to continue supporting the outlaw scientist, Dr. Phineas Wells. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? May luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure you are aware, luck does not exist. But it seems to comfort humans to...
Вязать надо на тыре.
We've reached HRS-1084, Captain. It's emitting a very weak docking signal. I almost mislabeled it as normal etheric static.
Просто небольшая станция. Кто там хочет? Ты?
Hey, got a favor to ask you. Next time we're in the Monarch Wilderness, I'd like to stop in on an old friend of mine. You don't seem the type to run off and get yourself killed, and I could use the help. Hey, it ain't easy for me to spill my guts like a cut-up rapt, all right? I'll be upfront with you. I hate asking for help. I hate it. Every time I give someone the opportunity to disappoint me, they seem to make it their most immediate goal. But for this, I need help. Logistically, because it's dangerous. Emotionally, because it's dangerous. Nothing we can't handle. I used to run with a band of hunters. Friends. 6 of us. We were on Monarch when the corporations pulled out, and we helped a lot of people pick up the pieces. I haven't seen 2 of them in years, and the rest I know to be dead. I'd like to gather their effects and bury them all in the same places, like the family we once were. I saw it happen. Hell, one of them was in my arms at the time. His name was Hayes, and he's our first stop. I buried him a ways from our encampment. I'll show you where he rests. He had a medallion with his effects. That's what I'll bring home to bury. A long time ago, we built an encampment in one of Monarch's cave systems. Trouble is, a Mantiqueen showed up and kicked us all out. If we can find Rebecca and Anders, they'll know how to lure her out. Then, we kill the bitch and bury everyone's medallions together. Thanks, Cap. Nothing but the void here, Captain. I just as soon leave it cold, dark, and scary.
I can take a hint.
Но пока никого не видать. Так, запечатано. Так, погоди. Я могу посмотреть, что там находится за этой, походу, за напарницей. Кто-то из них там. Я думаю, что за хрень. О, ключ-карта. Только она пустая. Угу. Я так полагаю, питание подам и начнется какая-нибудь канитель там за с дроидами. Потому что пока вот что-то вообще никого не видно. Йоу! Ай, блять. страшное. То, чтоб я не расслаблялся. Так. Ага. Ну, тут кабинет какой-то. Опа. Сразу какие-то силуэты появились. Это не к добру. Так, настроение лог. Уже хорошо. Там. Так, я полагаю, какой-то генератор на питание подать надо.
Oh, I see you have activated your holographic shroud, Captain. Excellent. Becoming indistinguishable from an authentic UDL trooper will prove advantageous to your current situation. A UDL vessel has been tracking our position and just recently docked with the station. They are patching into the station's transmission lines now. I cannot stop.
I've been waiting for this day since we tagged your ship in Cascadia, Captain. Wait, who are you? No one told me we had security forces deployed on the station already.
Убеждение, конечно.
Roger that. Just as a precaution, I'm sure you won't mind if we turn on the station's security systems. Can't be too careful. We'd hate to leave this location undefended after a close call with outlaws. That should have been fixed by now. As you say, we'll just head out then. Safe travel, soldier.
The UDL gunship is undocking from the station. They appear to be departing
Фух,
into
ну ништяк.
space.
I've never been great at de-escalation.
Так, ну теперь-то, кстати, автоматоны вполне себе могут работать. Ну да, питание-то же подано. Так, вот здесь, да, терминал какой-то был. Возможно, там все это отключить, я так думаю. Жесть сел, я сижу, вот не знаю. Так. Мне его плащ обновить. Хоп. Хоп. А жопы чьи там автоматоны будет. Ёшкин.
Whoa, keep an eye on the floor.
Не. Зацепило. Ну-ка. О, безопасность, все ништяк. Ёж! Подорвался нахрен. Я ж правильно понимаю, это отсек никуда не ведет, да, просто каюты. Опять трахнулся. Угу. Как раз туды наверх. Блин, если тут все рядом сейчас запустятся, я думаю, мне не поздоровится. А, я же отключил же охрану. Может быть, они не очухаются. Хотя, блин, вообще-то они активные. Как будто бы. Ага. Перезагрузить плащ надо. Ладно. Чуве. А нельзя. Нельзя. Ведешь себя как жопушник. Так, подождите-ка.
Now let's go get our money before Sublight sees what a creepy dump this place is.
Chartrand is that scientist, right? From Cascadia?
Ну все понятно, куда я ушел.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
О, эти только сериалы обсуждают. Так, на Монар... А, все понял. Там активное задание Ледяной дворец и неактивные
The
задания Ледяной
groundbreaker has
дворец.
approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Finally, a base of our own. Soon we'll have eyes on every corner of the system. Well done, Captain. I heard about that. While my lawyers scratch their heads wondering how we deal with human salvage, I'm leaving the researchers in hibernation. Aside from the automated security, did you meet any resistance at the station? I knew it. They've been shadowing us since Monarch, maybe even longer. I've been less than honest with you. Your assignments weren't strictly about the salvage business. You might have figured that out already.
Это да.
After the Monarch job, I started connecting the dots. I didn't like the picture. Then what we found at Station 1084 confirmed my fears. You and I have stumbled onto something big. Something none of us were meant to know. Glad to know it, Captain. Ask yourself why a skeleton crew was studying that Alta Vitae gas in secret. Ask yourself why stockpiles were hidden on a planet full of monsters. Before we go any further, I want you to keep an open mind. Can you do that for me, Captain? You call that an open mind? All right.
No.
Here goes. Aliens. I'm talking about aliens. They're the ones responsible for the deaths at 1084, and who knows what else. We have to put a stop to it. Hear me out. I'm saying it's aliens. I'm not asking you to like it. I'm not even asking you to believe it. But I need to act on this threat to the colony, and I can't do it alone.
Well, at least she doesn't expect us to believe it.
Right. I'm done. I'm officially tuning you out until such time as I hear the words payment
and or shoot him.
The crew is skeptical. That's good. I don't want you walking into the unknown with blindfolds on. I assume you have questions? If we're gonna see this through, I'll need your trust and commitment. Now's the time for setting doubts aside. Conspiracy. One carried out with the help of human collaborators, assuming they haven't all been replaced. This is an invasion of our very cells. That damned gas is mixing our nucleon with halcyon biology to twist us, change us, make us more like those monsters on Monarch.
Да.
No kidding. That's how they want it. When I lined up the evidence in my spreadsheet, there was only one possible conclusion looking back at me. This is my data talking, not my anxiety or lack of sleep. Sharing my findings took a calculated risk. If you were a spy, I doubt you'd even realize it. Only your cells would know. Tobias, get my knife. The big one. That was a joke. Ha ha. We each get one. Now, back to business. Dr. Chartrand is the crooked psychopath behind the gas experiments. She sold out her species. I need you to put a bullet through her skull. She's a research scientist and a damn good one. Before UDL poached her, she engineered a 0.2% increase in cystipig juiciness. Now she's doing the same thing with humanity. Her fingerprints were all over Station 1084. You saw what she did to her team. It's cute that you think that about me. I just want to add savior of humanity to my resume. I've got ambitions outside of this office, you know. Besides, this way Sublight gets first dibs on alien salvage. Do you usually come across innocent people trapped in suspension tanks? Because some of us would call that excessive.
Вообще-то я полежал
Remember,
до хрена лет.
the tanks were just the shit she left behind. Just imagine the experiments she carted off to her next lab. We're far beyond theories. Chartrand's logs, the gas, the suspension tanks. How much proof do you need? Wake up, Captain. An invasion needs collaborators working from the shadows. She has access to the board, unlimited funds, and a colony full of sheep. Just think of it as salvaging hope from the smoking wreckage of humanity. This is your initiation into a future with Sublight. Want a steady position in our ranks? Buy one with a bullet. Well, there's your usual fee. What else do you want? A promotion? It's yours. Even better. I'll owe you one. Don't think for too long. I want this business tidied up before anyone starts asking questions. Let me know when you're ready to get your hands dirty, Captain.
Dr. Chartrand is the crooked psychopath behind the gas experiments. She sold out her species.
Ну, можем взять, но не
This key
убивать.
card will get you through the front door of her Byzantium estate. Don't ask how I got it. You might not like the answer. By now, the other side knows what you're doing. Don't trust anything Chartrand says. She's compromised down to the bone. Maybe even deeper than that.
Так, я хочу вот эту дверку вскрыть. Да как-то подальше отойти. А по идее, кто вот меня может заметить здесь? Как будто бы никто.
What was that? Hey, I saw that. What do you think you're doing?
Ничего.
Just don't let me get you again, all right?
И тут, собственно, ничего такого-то и нет. Ну, 1500. Ну, резак. Ну, ничего стоящего.
What the? Thought I heard something. Better take a gander. Hey! I saw that!
Nope. Ой. Блять, походу надо загрузить, походу, да? Так, если время сейчас 21. Ну вот. Парочку минуток назад. Зря это сделал. Так, я полагаю. Это когда я согласился. Все, окей. Я еще даже до того, как я открыл кабинет.
Chicken and potatoes.
Ну, Византия. Ровно там, куда надо вместе с Парвати.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
Че, опять?
You're adjusting before you pull. You're anticipating it. You...
Of course I'm anticipating it. What if I shoot a friend on accident?
That's on account of your stance. You want to lean into it. Embrace it. Work with it. You're in control here, Parvati, not the gun. Don't let a hunk of metal jerk you around. You've been around powerful machinery all your life. You're always in control, right?
I guess that's kind of like when the filler's shooting 600 cans of near molten cell tuna down the conveyor while I'm trying to tune a belt.
Here, stand like me. Just so. Hips square. Lean forward a little. Just equipment, and you're just an engineer using it. Ah! Okay. We'll try again later. You'll get it. I promise.
Эх ты, все еще учишься стрелять.
Mind your way?
Мы с тобой столько народу уже перебили, а ты...
Captain, I wish to offer my commendations for convincing the UDL's gunship to leave HRS-1084. I did not favor the idea of being stripped and sold for parts.
Спасибо. Так. Погнали-ка на монарх сгоняем. Блин. А где там? Непонятно же.
We're now in orbit above Fallbrook, Captain.
Так. А, ну в целом. Нормуль. Блин. Ну ладно, фиг с ним. А что они мне вообще дают? Так. Тебя все надо вкачать. Так, ну подожди. Чего там?
You seen Arthur today?
Ну-ка. Кстати-ка.
Hungry? I'm famished myself.
Ну, ничего такого. Так, а ты оружие, да, продаешь? О, снайперская даже. Ух ты.
I offer high quality.
Так, а теперь у кого из вас? Так, 123. А у тебя что? 158. Давай тебе вот косу заменим. Вот так вот. Что ж, хотя вот это в принципе неплохо должен быть. Если вот через верстак пропустить. Хотя чем отличается от этого? Блин, ну это, конечно, получше будет по защите.
Fallbrook's on the other side of the bridge there if you need a drink.
Блин, что-то по карте казалось поближе. Ну да, не на ту площадку сел, в общем. Можно было сэкономить маленечко пробежку. Ну да ладно. Получайте, роды.
To shreds, you say? Unfiltered air, rocks in my shoes, risky choke points, all the things I hate about mountains. It is a trek, isn't it? Almost like we don't have working lifts or roads. Rats. Let's clear this sulfur-sodden fuck out so he can rest in peace.
Я давай самого толстого какого-нибудь. Так. О, уже крутяк.
Hayes was the best self-sacrificing son of a saint I ever met. Halcyon is worse off without him. Now, if we're gonna lure the Manta Queen out, we'll need to find Rebecca and Anders. They took a UDL contract on Terra 2. We never heard from them again. I think it's time I call in a favor with Hiram. If anyone can track them down, it's him.